Remember that time our brother had a music demo?
Oh man, look, we've done another video about our brother sucking big donkeys,
Yeah,
but let me tell you, man, our brother sucks big
yeah.
donkeys, and
End the
here's some
video.
more fucking tales. Yeah, so our brother had aspirations to become a musician, I guess.
Mm.
This, keep in mind,
Country star.
country star to boot. Keep in mind, he had no experience with
Anything.
anything musical other than, like most of us, sang along to music.
Yeah.
That was it. But he decided one day that he was going to be the next country bigwig. And he went out and paid for studio time. Which, let me tell you, studio time's not cheap. Even if you get it on special. That's right, special.
Yeah. 2 for 1.
You still pay a healthy sum to record. And he went out and recorded a demo. And look, I'm not going to lie, he has a good voice.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Wasn't
But the
great.
demo fucking sucked. He must have been nervous or something, because that demo is terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, he ships this son of a bitch all over the United States or something. And, of course, gets no responses, because, as aforementioned, it was literal anus on disc. Yeah, so tell him about what you found out about that little demo.
So when I was living with him over there, that was like, what? Freaking 10 years after?
Yeah,
the
10
demo?
years after the demo situation, debacle.
I forgot what the hell we were talking about. We were talking about something, and the message behind it was basically, you gotta not give up on it, right?
Right.
And the example that he brought up was that he sent all these demos out and wouldn't get responses, and he was like, it didn't let me get me down. One time I even got it returned with a footprint on it, and it was crushed inside. And I was like, this is not a good motivational speech, dude. People paying to send back broken demos. They suck so bad.
Most often they just ignore the demo or throw it away.
Yeah.
This person not only took the time to send it back, but you realize how long it takes to break a CD?
Yeah.
They crushed it, stomped it, and then sent it back.
Made sure to have a footprint on the return envelope.
That's pretty bad, man.
Yeah.
Look, another thing about our brother is he hit me on the head with a bottle once.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
And this was because he chose, or he made the choice that he was going to decide our mother's love life.
Mm.
Which, I mean, come on. The woman is a grown woman. What the fuck? So he was tripping balls on that shit. And I stood up for Mom. I was like, dude, again,
why do you care?
Grown woman, yeah. Why the fuck do you care? And really, I think he was projecting himself onto the person.
Yeah.
Because he used to be a trucker at that point. She was going out with a trucker. And he decided that all truckers were filth. Granted, they are, but that's not the point. Hello, truckers.
Yeah.
It's a joke. Chill out. But anyway.
We just lost all trucker subs.
But you are filth. But anyway, yeah, trucker subs are out the window.
Yeah.
So expect our subs to go down by nothing.
Nathan.
Oh, they might just go down naturally. But the point is, yeah, man, he decided to just fucking go ballistic on her. And you know, I stood up to her, and in the height of this pseudo ape-like grunting conversation, he just decided, he was drunk, by the way, just to preface this.
Yeah.
He takes his old bottle of cheap-ass beer, and he chucks it at my dang dome.
Yeah.
That shit careens off it like a fucking shack dunk. Or a free throw, I should say, not dunk.
I was about to say. What?
And, you know, I'm going to admit, look, I was young, okay?
Yeah.
I cried a little.
Yeah. What the?
Not because it hurt physically, but because it hurt emotionally. Like, dude, you really went that low?
Freaking douche.
That you threw this shit in my fucking head just to be a stubborn piece of crap? It sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked big colas. And look, to his credit, the day after I was sleeping, he jumps in my bed, which is gay.
Yeah, it's super gay.
And he cries and he asks for my forgiveness. And then, admittedly, I didn't say anything. I just stood there and pretended to sleep. Not because I didn't want to give forgiveness, but because I was like, this is fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
I'm a young guy, you know what I'm saying? This dude's like throttling me. And so it's sad to think about, but any hope that I had to be like, look, dude, that day, I'm sorry I didn't say anything because of this. It was weird. You were like basically humping me.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
I accept your apology though. Any hope I had for that to happen, he dashes at every turn of the corner by being a complete caca-head.
It's pretty impressive how much of a caca-head
Dude,
he can be.
I don't understand this cat, man.
Yeah.
Like...
And it's weird because he has like freaking hints of coolness every now and then. And you're like, oh, is he going to be like not a dick anymore? And then he dashes him.
Yeah, man. It's just something about, I don't know what it is, but he decides to put up a facade. And then here's a perfect example from my youth. When I was a kid, he was, you know, we're poor. I mean, we're still poor. Mm-hmm. It might seem like we're not, but we're poor as fuck. Mm-hmm. We live under the poverty line, people.
Give us money, please.
Yeah, please. We were really poor back then, though. And there was only 2 TVs in the house, and one of them was in my grandma's room. So there's a certain point in time where you just don't watch it because she controls that shit. Mm-hmm. And the other one was in his room. And so I had to watch shit on his TV. And to this day, I don't understand this. I've always loved horror.
Oh, I thought it was the SNL story.
No. I'll get to that right now. I've always loved horror. And he knew this. So, okay. Tales from the Crypt would play late at night. I would want to see it. He would make it a point that he didn't want to see it. Fair enough. It's your TV. So I would just ask, can I see it? And like, you not see it? You know?
Not see it?
So he would pretend to go to sleep to avoid this viewing block of an hour because it was 2 episodes back to back.
Looking away at
the time, especially when the Crypt Keeper cackled, making sure to look away during that, leaving me, a child, going, that's kind of creepy for some reason. But anyway, he would make this whole thing about it, right? But then he took that and decided to make it vehement hate of the horror genre in general. So he took whatever little apprehensions he had towards horror and then just spun them out of control into this fuck the horror genre mentality, which, again, since I was so driven towards that particular thing, felt more like a stab at me. Like, what the fuck is this, man? And then he is so passive-aggressive with shit. Fuck that shit. How can you be blunt and passive-aggressive at the same time?
Yeah.
Answer our brother. He will passive-aggressively insult you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it feels like he took a fucking hammer. Fuck a hammer. He took a hammerhead shark and hit you with it over the fucking head.
That's true.
So he did that with me with horror and tons of stuff. I know he did it with you with what? Like everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, you know what? The one time we got a dog, and he for some reason got all pissed about it and was telling Mom oh, you gotta stop letting him get dogs. I'm like, shut up. She's the one that wanted it.
He'll use that as a vehicle to insult you, like, can't even take care of himself. What about this dog? Example. I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know if that's what he said. So putting words in his mouth. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure those words were close to something like what he would have said.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up. Like, okay, recently I was borrowing my mom's phone, and sometimes when you answer her messages, she doesn't know how to use a phone. Let's just put it that way. So she'll just leave the message up. So when I go to send the message, her fucking message is there. So I look at it, and it's a message from my brother to her, and he just took this opportunity to openly insult us.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause she was talking about how she it's like a thing with Mexican people, especially. Like, well, I don't know if I'll be here for that. You know, we're always like assuming we're gonna die. The next day.
She does a lot.
Yeah. So she said that, something along those lines, and he said, "Oh, well, you can't die, because then those 2 fat lards." He didn't say lards, that's my word, but those 2 fat pieces of shit that are my brothers will die. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Was that necessary?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Man.
Just because you're fucking... Look, you live at home with Mom. I live next door, but it's the same property.
Yeah.
It's not some basement situation, you know. I used to live with my girl here, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we're basement dwellers here.
It's like
we're bordering on it.
It's like a Mexican thing. Like
yeah, Mexicans don't fucking trip on a family being together all the time.
Yeah, Guardian, he's like he's like your age and he still lives with his parents.
And it's not like he's a loser. Well, Guardian is a loser, but
big time.
You know.
But like, yeah, it's just a weird Mexican thing.
Yeah, it's a weird Mexican thing. Sometimes we just stay with our family, you know. Yeah. Just to kind of cement this, one of the most heartbreaking moments ever in my life was I got a letter from Mom while I was locked up, and she told me that when I was younger, and I don't remember this, and I hate that I even said this, and I know I didn't mean it maliciously, but there's no way you can say something like that and not sound like a complete shit.
Yeah.
It's a tradition among Mexicans to just take care of your parents when they're older. And
we're like Asians
she
that
basically,
way.
she basically asked me, she basically told me that when she was old, she wanted to live with me. And I apparently just told her, well, I'll just get you a house for yourself. That's like the most ass thing you can say to a Mexican mom.
That's a brother thing to do.
Yeah, that's our brother thing, he would say.
Except he would make her pay for the house.
Yes. So anyway, he didn't need to say that shit.
Yeah.
Why? They're not even talking about us. What the fuck? He's just a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah, he's not great.
I love him, but he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's horrible. I remember one time he was here. And I forgot what the hell he was saying. He was always friendly when he's here, right? And we were talking about. Oh, it was when I wanted to do some, making some like cabinets and shit.
Right.
Because it's cool.
Right.
Unfortunately, my lungs do not allow it. But it was one of those things, and he's like a freaking guy. He knows all that shit. He has power tools. He's the guy to ask.
Yeah.
So I was telling him like, yeah, this would be cool, and he'd be like, yeah, that'd be a cool way to get money and all that shit. I'm like, I mean, I wasn't thinking about that, but okay. Anyway. We were basically left off at I'll message you sometime to ask about a power tool, basically.
Right.
So I messaged him, and he just gets all freaking pissed off about it. And I'm like, you're not gonna buy it. And I'm like, I'm asking you which one so I could buy it, you piece of shit. Why you gotta be a dick? Since then, I have not talked to him.
Yeah. Dismissive bastard. So look, you mentioned the SNL thing.
Yeah.
He, like I said before, he puts up a facade. I don't know for who.
Yeah,
I don't know for who or why, but he puts up this facade for tons of shit. And one of the things was SNL. I've been an SNL fan forever. Yes, it has its ups and downs, and sometimes it downright sucks, but I've been watching SNL since I was a fucking brat.
Fetus.
You know what I'm saying? Well, one day he decides that he's going to watch SNL, and then, he became a fan of a certain era, as most people are just fans of eras of SNL.
Yeah.
Been watching this shit forever, even through the shittiest eras. Anyway, he decides, out of the fucking blue, that I'm not an SNL fan.
Yeah.
I don't even know what prompted this. I think it was just the fact that he started watching it, and he was like, you're not an SNL fan. I was like, what? What did this come from? And he goes on this tirade about fucking him being the biggest SNL fan of all time or some shit. I'm like, man, you just started watching this shit. The fuck?
Yeah.
Did it for Garth Brooks too?
Oh yeah.
His thing was, I've spent more money on Garth, so I'm the biggest Garth fan. And I was like,
you're like, you don't have a job.
Yeah, I was
a fetus.
Yeah, I was like 8 years old, 10 years old. I'm like, where am I gonna get money, you fool? If I had money, I would fucking buy Garth's skin and wear it, I guess.
Yeah, his pants.
The fuck, man? His violinist pants, because they're all tight.
Yeah.
He's just a weird guy. I don't understand him, man. I don't get it. I don't get who he is. Oh, look, I'm just going to put this out there. He's also like this massive drunk.
Oh, yeah. Remember one time, me and Guardian were here playing something. I don't remember what. And he walks in. Mind you, he lived like, 30 minutes away from us?
Yeah.
Maybe more. But he just randomly walks in, is all drunk and shit, and is like freaking talking about some bullshit. We couldn't even understand him. But we ended up figuring out that he lost his keys. I don't know how he got to the freaking house, but I'm assuming he got to the house. What we pieced together is that he got to the house and in a drunken stupor threw his keys into the field. And yeah, he just stayed there all night and was making weird sounds, and we were like, this is uncomfortable, isn't it?
He was just in the room there?
Yeah. Freaking Guardian stayed here like all night basically because freaking moron was being all drunk and shit in the kitchen. I'm like, what is this? And then in the morning, you have to call a locksmith to get his shit fixed.
That is bizarre, man.
Another time he walked in, I was playing Darksiders, I remember, and he just sits down, and I'm like, this is a thing that's happening, but I'm kind of trying to ignore it, right?
Right.
And then I turn, and he's like, I turn, and his lip is all shattered, and he's just bleeding, and he's like, I crashed, and I'm like, he had his lip all sewn together, because he was in a DUI. He crashed into a guy, and his freaking the steering wheel smashed into his teeth and freaking bit through his lip, and he just sat there until mom came.
The fuck?
It's like, man, this guy freaking stinks, dude. Man, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's also quick to judge you, even though he has so many fucking issues.
Yeah.
Like, were you judging me? And literally you're drinking while living?
Yeah.
The fuck, man? He does have a drunken issue. It's not good.
It's not great.
He is horribly successful, though. So I guess
if you want to be successful, be a dick.
Yeah, well, yeah, kinda, huh?
Yeah.
Do have a president that's a dick.
There you go.
So, take pointers from that?
Yeah, I guess.
What the fuck? Anyway, this cat, it's not a cool one.
No.
And it perplexes you all the more because there's those moments when you're like, oh, look at that. That's the cool guy.
Yeah.
And he just turns around and rams a big hammerhead shark up your asshole.
Yeah.
Sticking with a hammerhead shark. Anyway.
I don't remember if I told the thong tale, but he wears reptile thongs. Let's just say that.
He wears reptile thongs indeed.
Yep.
Anyway. Do you have
a
shitty reptile thong or a shitty brother? Well, let us know. Tell us some tales. Meantime, we're going to go and shoot ourselves, apparently.
Yeah.
Hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification buttons, because we're out.